The Summer Offensive of 1947 in northeast China is a series of battles initiated by the Communists against the Nationalists during the Chinese Civil War after World War II. Prelude. In the spring of 1947, the Nationalists tried and failed to eliminate Communist bases south of Songhua River in the Linjiang Campaign, and both sides temporarily stopped military actions for a brief period of rest before resuming the fight. The total strength of the Nationalists in northeast China by then had numbered 480,000, including 8 armies totaling 23 divisions, along with independent divisions totaling 360,000 troops, and security forces of a further 120,000. In contrast, the total strength of the Communists in northeast China numbered 460,000, including 5 columns with 15 divisions, and another 11 independent divisions, totaling 240,000 troops. And these units of the Communist Field Army were supplemented by other local garrison units which numbered 220,000 troops. Strategies. Nationalist strategy. The Nationalist strategy was to consolidate its area of control by continuing the separation of the different Communist bases in the north, east, west and south, and when there was enough reinforcement arrived from China proper, launching another renewed offensive against the enemy. The newly organized 1st Army, the 71st Army and the 54th Division of the 13th Army were tasked to man the defensive line along the Jilin City, Dihui, Nong'er, Shuangshan, and Tongliao. 4th Division of the 13th Army and the 93rd Army were tasked to protect the communication line between Rihe and northeast China. The 52nd Army, the 60th Army, the 20th Division of the 93rd Army, and the 207th Division of the Youth Army were deployed at Shenyang and its regions to east and south of the city, later boosted by the newly arrived 53rd Army. The newly organized 6th Army deployed between Bengsi and Anshan would act as mobile strike force. Communist strategy. The Communists planned their offensives at 2 fronts. In the north, the 1st column and the 2nd column would attempt to control the regions between Changchun and Siping with the help of the 1st and the 2nd independent divisions, and then would strike south of Siping. In the south, the 3rd column, the 10th Division of the 4th column and the Southern Manchurian 2nd Independent Division would attack Mountain City and Grass City, and then push toward Siping from Maiheku. The Western and Eastern Manchurian independent divisions would strike toward village of the Zheng family and regions east of Jilin City, and the goal was to take more urban centers from the enemy. Order of battle. Nationalist order of battle. The newly organized 1st Army, the newly organized 6th Army, the 13th Army, the 52nd Army, the 53rd Army, the 60th Army, the 71st Army, the 93rd Army, the 38th Division, the 2nd Division of the Youth Army, the 207th Division of the Youth Army. Communist order of battle. The 1st column, the 2nd column, the 3rd column, the 4th column, the 6th column, the Independent 1st Division, the Independent 2nd Division, the Independent 3rd Division, the Eastern Manchurian Independent Division, the Southern Manchurian 2nd Independent Division, the Western Manchurian 3rd Independent Division, the 2 cavalry divisions. First stage. From their base in Fuyu and Dalai, the Communist 1st Column, 2nd Column, Independent 1st Division, Independent 2nd Division struck south to the west of Changchun. On May 13, 1947, the Communist 4th Division of the 2nd Column suddenly besieged Wide, while the Communist 5th Division of the 2nd Column was deployed to the south of the besieged town to stop any nationalist reinforcement from Siping. In the meantime, the Communist 1st Column and the Independent 1st Division ambushed the nationalist reinforcement from Changchun on the eastern bank of Xinkai River, while the Communist Western Manchurian Independent 3rd Division launched its offensives on Glass Mountain and Twin Mountain to the north of village of the Zheng family. thus tying up the local nationalist garrison, the 87th Division of the 71st Army. On May 17, 1947, the Communist 4th Division and the 6th Division of the 2nd Column succeeded in taking Wide after completely annihilating the local nationalist garrison. The 90th Regiment of the 30th Division of the newly organized 1st Army and the 17th Security Regiment. Learning the news of the fall of Wide, the two nationalist forces sent out for reinforcement attempted to withdraw, and the Communists took this opportunity to further expand their victory by attempting to destroy more enemy units, and the main force of the Nationalist 71st Army became the unfortunate victim. The 88th Division and the 91st Division of the Nationalist 71st Army sent out from Siping for reinforcement managed to successfully retreated to Greater Black Forest region, where they were caught up by the Communist 1st Column and the 2nd Column that were sent out to chase them. After 12 hours of fierce battle, the 88th Division was completely wiped out, and so was the majority part of the 91st Division. Capitalizing on their victories, the Communist 1st Column took several towns abandoned by the Nationalists, including Princess Ridge, motel of the Guo family, village of the Tao family, while the Communist 2nd Column took Changchu after completely wiping out the two nationalist regiments that defended the city. On the other front in the south, with the help of the Communist Southern Manchurian 2nd Independent Division, the Communist 3rd Column took two towns on May 14, 1947, Mountain City and Grass City. After annihilating the local nationalist defenders consisted of a regiment of the 184th Division of the 60th Army and units of the 20th Army, thus succeeded in cutting off the railway link between Shenyang and Jilin. In the east, the 18th Division of the Communist 6th Column and the Communist Independent 3rd Division took the strategic locations of Sky Mountain and Jiangmi Peak in the east of Jilin City. After annihilating the Nationalist 7th Security Regiment defending the regions, after the railway link had been cut, the Nationalists hastily launched a counter-attack in attempt to reopen the link by sending out 6 regiments and the newly organized 22nd Division. However, the hastily organized counter-offensive was disorganized and was not launched in unison, but in separate phases, and thus could not achieve the concentration of force, providing the enemy with the opportunity to attack one at a time. The first of these nationalist forces, the 6 regiments, belonged to 2 different brigades, and regiment of one brigade had difficult time taking orders from the headquarters of the other brigade, and as a result, the Communist 3rd Column and the 10th Division of the Communist 4th Column were able to completely wipe out all of the 6 nationalist regiments in 2 days period. From May 16, 1947, through May 17, 1947, after destroying the 6 nationalist regiments, the Communist force then turned around and badly mauled the nationalist, newly organized 22nd Division. The failure of the nationalist counterattack resulted in complete isolation of the strategic stronghold of Maiheku. Second stage. After regrouping, the Communists deployed a regiment from the 9th Division of the 3rd Column, a regiment of the 7th Division of the 3rd Column, and the 10th Division of the 4th Column to besiege Maiheku on May 22, 1947. After fierce fighting of 5 days, the stronghold fell into the Communist hands. The defender of Maiheku, the Nationalist 184th Division, was completely annihilated, with the commander of the division captured alive by the Communists, along with more than 6,000 of his troops. Capitalizing on the victory, the Communist 3rd Column began its westward push along the railway of Siping, badly mauling the 2nd Division of the Youth Army, the local nationalist defender, on the way. In the east, the Communist Eastern Manchurian Independent Division and the Communist 6th Column annihilated a regiment of the newly organized 38th Division at Old Master Ridge and Little Plentiful regions. and thus forced the Nationalist 21st Division of the 60th Army, the local garrison at Sea Dragon, to abandon the town and fled north. However, the fleeing Nationalists were intercepted by the Communist 6th Column, Eastern Manchurian Independent Division, the 1st Independent Division and 2nd Independent Division at the Peaceful River region. By June 3, 1947, the last remnant of the Nationalist 21st Division of the 60th Army was annihilated at the town of Jichang. By this time, the Communists had managed to successfully eradicate Nationalists from regions south of Jilin City and Changchun, and east of Siping, controlling the region between Changchun and Shenyang. The Communists also gained control of important railway sections, including the central section of the railway between Shenyang and Jilin, and the eastern part of the railway between Maihekyu and Siping. In the south, the Communist 11th Division and 12th Division of the 4th Column opened another front along with the Communist Southern Manchurian 1st Independent Division, succeeded in taking cities, towns including Tonghua, Kuandian, Zhuanghe, Fu County, Gaiping, Greater Stone Bridge, joining the two separate Communist bases in the south and east into one. In conjunctions with the main battle in the south, 7 Communist brigades further down south in Chaha and Rihe regions struck toward the central sections of Jinzhou and Chengde, cutting off the important railway communication line, and taking Vaikang, Chifeng, Baipiao, Changli, Funing and other areas. Third stage. After a series of earlier defeats, the Nationalists changed their strategy by focusing on defending the strategic major cities such as Changchun, Shenyang and Siping, and both sides set their sights on Siping, the traffic hub of northeast China. The Nationalists divided the city into 5 defensive zones, tasking the 71st Army and the 54th Division of the 13th Army as the main defenders. The Communists massed the 1st Column, the 17th Division of the 6th Column, and the Western Manchurian 3rd Independent Division to assault the city, while 4 columns totaling 10 division, 5 independent divisions, and 2 cavalry divisions were deployed to the north and south of the city to stop any enemy reinforcement. On June 14, 1947, the Communist assault began and the Communist 1st Column and the Western Manchurian 3rd Independent Division penetrated into the city. On June 19, 1947, the Communist 17th Division of the 6th Column joined the fight and only the Iron East precinct remained in the Nationalist hands. The Nationalist commanders realized the token force sent to reinforce Siping was not enough, so he changed his tactic by sending additional forces. On June 24, 1947, 2 Nationalist divisions sent from Changchun were stopped at the village of the Tao family. When the Communists learned that another 8 Nationalist divisions sent from Shenyang were pushing toward Siping in 3 fronts parallel to the railway, the Communists changed their strategy. Instead of attempting to gain the control of the city, it was decided to kill as many enemy troops as possible, so the attack on Siping was stopped and a total of 9 Communist divisions were gathered to face the Nationalist, newly organized 6th Army at the right. On June 29, 1947, the Communist force managed to inflict heavy damage on its target, with the 169th Division and the 22nd Division of the Nationalist, newly organized 6th Army were completely wiped out at the Sable Skin Village in Bayou and Bunker regions, while the 14th Division of the newly organized 6th Army lost an entire regiment at Lotus Street region. After achieving these successes, the Communists realized that it was impossible to further expand their victories against the technologically and numerically superior opponent, and ended the campaign on July 1, 1947. Outcome: during the 50-day-long campaign, Communists succeeded in taking 42 cities and towns from its opponent, and annihilated over 82,000 enemy troops in the process. The previously separated Communist bases in the north and south had been successfully linked up as a result, and the offensive helped the Communist campaigns in China proper. The Communist victory also provided the foundation for the next Communist offensive, the Autumn Offensive of 1947 in northeast China. The Nationalists were forced to be on the defensive along the railways from Shenyang to Greater Stone Bridge, and from Shenyang to Shanhai Pass, but still managed to hold on to some strategic cities.